Goslin coming all the way from Montreal. You can follow him on Instagram. He is a celeb, and you definitely want to give him a follow. Probably the most entertaining Instagram follow that I have. It's a lot of fun interacting with Arl, and he's got a huge following. Give him a follow on Instagram. Arl Goslin, you're up. Go.
Thank you, everybody. Do you hear me well? Fine.
Yeah.
Perfect. So my name is Aurel Goslin, as you said it. First time doing a stand-up comedy show, to be honest. I think the perfect platform to do it is Zoom. You know, you don't have a crowd in front of you. You can't see if you're good or not. You know, you can't get booed. They can't throw stuff at you. So that's already amazing. Honestly, and we'll see exactly where it goes. My biggest dilemma today was knowing like what to wear for tonight's show. You know, should I wear my day PJ, my night PJ, a full-out outfit, or just like a top? Because you know we just see the top part on the camera, and not the bottom. Then I said, you know what? I don't know. You know, it's the first time we're gonna do stand-up comedy sitting down. You know, so maybe it's my chance to do something crazy. So I'm gonna tell you exactly what I decided to wear. I'm gonna show it to you exactly. I hope the computer is gonna stay on the desk. So it's called a djellaba. Okay, a djellaba gandoura. It's a Moroccan classic tenue, like a dress. That is actually the four things that I just saw. It's a day PJ. I can wear it during the day. It's a night PJ because it's really light. It's a full-out outfit because in Morocco you can like walk in the streets like that, fully in a djellaba. And it's also only the top part. Don't be scared. Don't go anywhere. It's fully like yeah, it's until the feet. So I put it on top, and there's no bottom piece, but it covers everything. It's new, high-ish, I know, everything's fine. So that was my first decision for tonight. Then I said, so as you can see, by my broken English, I'm Sephardic. I'm Moroccan, from Montreal. You're gonna have to try to adapt to my English because it's not that perfect. The problem is mostly the emphasis of the word. I don't know what syllable to put the emphasis, the emphasis. So it's like really like a challenge. That's the biggest challenge for me in English. And I wanted to talk to you about like my perspective basically on this coronavirus, how it affected all of us, but in different ways. I want to speak about like in the Sephardic world, how does it affects us basically? First of all, I've learned a lot about myself. You know, we don't have the chance to like just stop and think about what we do, about who are we and everything. My first that's the first thing that I learned about me is my relationship with food. Okay. That's the important first relationship that I started to think about. As you can see, it's been a really long-term relationship. We've seen each other grow, you know, in length, in weight, in volume, through good and bad times, and it's supporting me a lot, you know, to eat all through this difficult time. Each time I go and I open the fridge, you know, my wife tells me, "Really? I think it's just like boredom hunger. You don't have nothing to do, so you eat. Try to like occupy yourself, do something, try to do another activity instead, you know." So I tried mopping the floor while eating a matzah, a sandwich. I've tried reading while eating an ice cream cup. I've tried correcting with cookies and a glass of milk, you know. And I told her at the end, you see, I'm doing something, but like it's not boredom eating. I'm clearly like doing something, so it's not boredom eating. She told me, okay, it's not boredom eating. Maybe it's like stress eating. You're nervous eating. You know, you're eating your emotions up. And at some point, I'm like, really? Emotions are edible at this point? Like, is it sweet, salty? You know, what can you put? Can you put mayo on it? But at the end, she tells me, you know, when you're stressed or you're scared, you eat. So she tells me, try to get like ideas on how to relax, on try to change your ideas. So I try doing like pudding cake, eating yoga. I tried to do stretching with chocolate mousse. I tried to do some breathing exercise with cotton candy. You know, I'm going to show you exactly how it works. The cotton candy, you put it in front of you, and then for the inhalation, you take an inhalate and you eat everything that you can in this respiration. Okay, and then when you have the stick of cotton candy to see where's your breath go out, you just do, and you see the cotton candy do like that, and when it stops doing that, it means you don't have air anymore, and then you do another breathing. So you eat, and then you relax, and that's what my exercise was. Basically, I realized after that my wife was right. I told her, thanks, my love. Because of you, I discovered that it was nervous eating. After doing those relaxation exercise, I feel a lot better now. And that was the amazing stuff in what I discovered. Also, in our house, we use the technique they use in the stores. You know, now we line up in front of the fridge, one in front of the other, because we have a small kitchen. And I don't know why, for some reason, I'm always, my wife puts me always at the last of the line. I don't know why. It bugged me a bit that I'm always the last in the line to get my snack. You know, it started to stress me, it bugged me, it made me uncomfortable. So I found the solution because it brings stress on me. I decided to do my relaxation exercise right before snack time. So I go in the fridge, I take all my accessories for the relaxation exercise, and then I do my relaxation exercise with the cotton candy and everything, and then I am able to calm myself and
I think
basically.
you went to the wrong place.
Oh, hold on.
Okay. And so, yeah, food has really been here for me. Secondly, I wanted to talk about something that's really important. We know the elders are really touched by this virus, and the governments, yes, we know, have taken measures to protect them. But for my perspective in the Sephardic Moroccan world, I feel that the measures that were put in place by the government is actually more dangerous for the elders of the Sephardic community. I explain myself, okay? In the Sephardic community, we're really dependent on human touch, okay? We kiss, we pinch, we slap, we hit, we like to touch, okay? We're really touchy people, and that shows the love, you know. And with the social distancing measure in place, I'm scared they won't be able to touch us, to pinch us, to kiss us, to slap us. So what's gonna happen? Unfortunately, I'm scared they're gonna start like enjoying themselves, self pinching, self harming, you know. It's true. Don't laugh because it's true. I remember with my friend. I always went to his house, and his mom used to pinch me, and not long ago. It was 5 years ago. And pinch me, and oh, you're so cute, you're so cute. And I used to go, and it made me uncomfortable. So my solution was basically each time that I'm going to go to this friend, I'm going to tell her I'm sick, and like that she's not going to touch me anymore. but that didn't stop there. It didn't solve the problem. Each time I would go there and tell her I'm sick, she would hurt herself. She would take her own cheek and say, "Oh yeah, yeah, if you weren't sick, what I would do to you?" Pinching her herself. Okay, and so imagine imagine. You see the emphasis. Imagine the bruises that they can have on themselves. They can do on themselves with the pinching. No one to pinch, no one to slap, no one to kiss. They might even start like debates with themselves, and say something with what they're not agreeing about, just to slap themselves or to pinch themselves or to hurt themselves. It can go to that extent of a degree. And even if it's not enough, the self hurting and the self discussing, imagine, okay, they start creating or inventing new siblings, new kids, new sons and daughters, so they have somebody to pinch imaginarily. Okay, imagine that they do that. Okay, imagine you call your mom after first hug and you say, "Mom, I heard in the news that we're gonna go back to school before May 4th," and your mom is like, "Yeah, that's not what your brother Jacob said." Who? Your brother? With his political science background, he knows more than you, and you're like, "What the hell is happening?" So it can hurt them basically a lot, physically and psychologically. Lasting, and I see this as a problem, would be the power. I think our friend Jeff talked about it before. He said the guilt, the Jewish mother guilt. We have the Jewish mother guilt, but with food. Okay, the food they do, they make you feel guilty. Okay, especially when you don't eat their food. Okay, what's the problem with all that? Okay, you see, Sephardic moms, they have their own way of calculating amounts. Okay, a normal woman would count how many heads are around the table and cook enough amount so that each people has at least one portion of each meal, or a little bit better, a little bit more. But Sephardic mom does this calculation per head, and then when she has the total amount, she multiplies it by 4. Okay, so she does a lot more that is supposed to have. So imagine, so too much food on the table, and when we're full, the making you feel guilty is going to start. Oh, you didn't like my food. That's it. You're not hungry. Yeah, you didn't like the taste. And you feel bad, and you start eating and shoving it in your mouth, even if you don't want it. Now the problem is, even if she was alone for Passover, the amount she's going to make is still the same, with the times 3 and everything. So basically, what's going to happen? She's going to have all this food, no one to blame. She's going to start self-blaming her, self-guilt her, and she's going to eat all the food, basically, that she cooked. No, I cooked the whole food. I cooked everything, my own food, with the good spices, with everything. I'm not going to eat it. And she's going to start eating it. And you're going to call her, "Mom, how was your chag?" "I don't know. I had stomach aches. I barfed a little bit." What happened? I did all the food, and I had to eat it. It was a good quantity, a lot of a big quantity. So I had to eat it. So I almost ate it. What do you mean almost? Well, I ate the most, and Jacob was here to help me finish it. So basically, I said, those are the problems. Now we have to have solutions. It can't just be problems and that's it. I want to give solutions, basically. So for my relationship with the food, there's no solution because there's no problem. Okay, that's the way I am. That's the way it'll stay, because it's a solution to a just bigger problem. So next problem, for the problem of human contact and self-harming, you can buy those heads. Okay, those heads. That's an example. You can try and give it this to your parents and say, here, mommy, I'm not here with you for the hug. Try to remember that this is me, okay? And if you want to pinch here. If you want to bite here. Don't bite yourself. Don't bite me. I won't be here anyways. But try to concentrate, and you can personalize it also. If you have a big nose, do big nose. If you have a little eye more than the other, you do it. It's not a problem, and it's gonna solve the problem. Also for the food, you won't be able to make her stop doing the amount she does. She's gonna do it still, but call her before hug and take all the food at home. So you eat it, no guilt, and everybody's gonna be happy. If you have anything that's left over and it's too much for you, call me. I'll come pick it up. I'll finish it for you. And if it's too much for me, I'll split with my brother Jacob. Thank you, guys.
Oro Goslan, ladies and gentlemen, great stuff. Woo! All right.
Thank you.
Okay, Oro, my excuse when my